The sequential search algorithm.
Hi, I'm Karen and I made this video for Georgia College and State University. In this video, we'll talk about sequential search algorithms. I'll tell you what a sequential search algorithm is, explain how it works, and we'll look at some sample code.
A search algorithm is a method of locating a specific item in a larger collection of data. The sequential search algorithm is a simple technique for searching the contents of an array. The sequential search algorithm uses a loop to sequentially step through an array beginning with the first element. It compares each element with the value being searched for. So below we have a given array with the elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. Let's step through the array using the sequential search algorithm to search for 9. We would start here. 2 does not equal to 9, so we would move to the next element. 4 does not equal 9. Move to the next element. 6 does not equal 9. Next, 8 does not equal 9. Next, 10 does not equal 9. Next, 12 does not equal 9. Next, 14 does not equal 9. And next, 16 does not equal 9. Since we've reached the end of our array and have not found the number 9, our search ends. So the sequential search algorithm ends when the value has been found or when we reach the end of the array if the value is not in the array. So what if we were searching for 8 in this array? We would again start at the beginning. 2 does not equal 8. Move to the next element. 4 does not equal 8. Next, 6 does not equal 8. And here we found 8. 8 equals 8, so our search would end here. So here we have our sequential search array sample code. I named mine search array, so I said public class search array, declared my main method, public static void main string args. I then declared an int array named test containing the numbers 87, 75, 98, 100, and 82. I then initialized an int variable named results. Next, I call the sequential search method that I wrote. I pass to it the value 100 to search for and the array test as declared above. I store the results in the results variable. So let's scroll down and take a look at the sequential search method. I said public static int, which means it's going to return an int stored in results. Sequential search, int array, the test array, and int value, the number 100 that I'd like to search for. Just move this down and scroll over so you can see the end of it. Then I declared an int named index, an int named element, and a Boolean variable named found. I initialized my index variable to 0 to begin at the beginning of the array, initialized element to -1, and initialized my Boolean variable found to false. Next, I have a while loop that goes through each element of the array to search for the number. So I say while not found, so while I have not found the number, and while index, beginning at 0, is less than array.length. So while I still have elements left to check. So while both of these conditions are true, I'm going to say if the array at the index, so if that number equals the value that I'm searching for, then I'm going to set found to true and set element to the index. Now remember, this element variable was originally initialized to -1, but once we find the number, we set it equal to the index of that number, which is what we're going to return at the end. If through this loop I have not found it, then I'm going to go ahead and increase my index, so the next time it'll check the next element. At the end of this, I return element, which is either going to return -1 if the value does not exist in the array, or it will return the index that points to the element in the array. So once this method returns element, let's go back up to to our main method. So this is where we called it. It will store the value of that element, so whatever is returned, whether it's -1 or the index of where the score was located, which in our case is 4 because we were looking for 100, it'll store that in our int variable results. So once we have results, we go into our if statement. So if results equals -1, which meant that the value passed here was not found in the sequential search method, then we're going to print out you did not earn a 100 on any test. Else, if it returns anything besides -1, then that means we found the grade that we're looking for. So then we would print out you earned 100 on test and then results +1. Now what this results +1 means is results, again, is going to be the index of where it's found. So in this case, it'd be at index 0, 1, 2, 3, but it's test 4. So this would be test 1, test 2, test 3, and test 4, just because you don't say this is test 0, but it is element 0. So that's what the results +1 is. So our results would, since we're searching for 100 in this array, our results will point to element 3, which should be test number 4. So let's go ahead and compile our code and see what we get printed out. It says, you earned a 100 on test number 4.
I hope this video has been helpful for you and that you can now use a sequential search algorithm as a tool in your own code. Good luck!